Exactly, and I'm trying to make it so that even if you make fun of me, you hate me, or you don't like the kind of work I make, I was just trying to explain to you that, look, if the shittiest and worst artist in the world, can promote my work and sell it myself, you could do it too. Especially if you're good at it. So it's not a lot of times people are trying to buy into stories and they're like, oh, you're the next boss, yeah, or you're the next Keith Haring, or da-da-da. I'm like, I'm not the next any of them, because those were people who were great in their fields, and I would never ever want to disrespect these people.
Let me just make sure we're rolling, bro, because I have too much PTSD, bro. There be some moments where I'll be recording such a good video, and then that shit would just, oh my goodness, too much PTSD, bro. I just need to make this show. The systems is running, but yeah, we running.
Great in their fields, like.
Hold on, can y'all still see me? All right, y'all can still see me.
And they're all dead. Like my friend R.I.P. my friend Virgil, he always
rest in peace, Virgil.
I used to be like, yo, Virgil, like, what should I do? And whatnot. And I'm like, he's like, Slawn, you say whatever you want already. These people already don't like you. And I'm like, I don't care, bro. I'd say fuck the art world every day. And guess what? They still come to inquire about buying my work. Why? Why is that?
I think there's a lot of fakery and fuckery in the art world, and I think that like, come on, bro. I've trained my whole life. I came up as a b-boy, a graffiti writer in New York City. I had a very rigorous academic education, and more than anything, what I'm going to respect is realness above fakery. Now, do I like somebody who can draw and paint? Abso-fucking-lutely. But anybody that's claiming that they're doing it and not doing it, that's the scam. We know that the art world is a giant, massive scam. So anybody that's disrupting it like you, I mean, you're not, it's weird because you're existing in the world, you're existing in the auction world, you're existing in some of the big collectors world, but
don't vape at home, kids.
You're not playing the game. That's you're kind of a representation of what's, that's great.
I'm here to expose what they're doing. Let me tell you what these guys are doing here. They find the struggling artist. They take the struggling artist. These people would come to my studio, try to buy 10 of my paintings. I'd be like, no. They'd come and try like let's see, like, you see the gollywog paintings I have and whatnot. People think I make them just to sell to white people. I've never ever sold one to a white person. It's the controversy they want. They come to my studio, they're like, okay, cool, we're gonna try and get you in Bonhams to do an auction, and we're gonna run the auction up. We'll give you 100,000 and we'll buy 10 pieces off you. And then they take the work to auction, and then maybe 5 of them, they bid on it, and then they skyrocket the price to 500,000 or whatever. And now he has stock of 10 paintings worth 500,000, and I have only 100,000 in my pocket, which half of it goes towards the what's it called, and I'm like, no. And now that I know that you're doing that, I'm gonna tell people what you're doing, and I'm also gonna tell them how you're doing it. I'm gonna tell you, bro. What I was in.
For somebody that sort of wants to like become an artist, I feel like this information is sort of important, because I feel like, I've sort of had this feeling, I feel like there's always a dark side to this industry shit, whether it be like making music, just like anything. If that shit involves like money, there's always going to be some dark sources towards that money, because at the end of the day, like, I don't believe that money in itself is bad. I feel like the sort of brainwashing and sort of how do I say this? Sort of brainwashing and perspective of money is what is bad. Because in itself, money is just, it's BS, bro. It's just paper. I was watching this one video of this one professor, like, talking about, like, how the word is brainwashed and shit. I forgot what, I think it's like a philosophy type of class. You know? I'm gonna make a video on that for sure. Because that video was genuinely, like, that video was genuinely, like, this nigga had the balls to say that school is brainwashing people while he's teaching people about philosophy and, like, how the world is and why and how to think. It's just crazy to me, but it's cool. Finna make a video on that. You know, I'm really getting in my creative bag, you know. I'm really done with all of this, like, trying to like do things on YouTube for views and, like, do what people want. You know, I just want to make what I want at this point, you know. Because at the end of the day, if you make good content, you know, it will be, people will see what you're doing, bro. If you make good content and release it, people will appreciate you for that at some point. If it's not now, it'll be later. Just keep pushing, bro. Just keep pushing that shit out.
I was in Shilton Firehouse once. It's this place in this gentleman's club in London. And some super big art, whatever, was saying some crazy stuff to my friend. And I told him, bro, as soon as you get to that elevator, I'm going to punch you in the face. I promise you. He thought I was joking because, well, it's a gentleman's club. No one ever does that in them kind of places. Bro, as soon as he turned the corner, I popped his whole face in and I told him, bro, you can't. He said, I'm going to get you cancelled in the art world. I was like, bro, I'm already cancelled. You can't hurt me. But because you're in a position of power, you can't start talking to people like that. Telling them, oh, come to my, I'm going to come do a studio visit. I'm gonna do, but then they buy 10 of their works, skyrocket the price, and then fuck their market. And completely fuck their market. And these lot, I'm playing games with them. Don't buy my work. I tell people, don't buy it. I don't need you to buy it. What I need you to do is to support actual artists. The only reason I'm doing this is because I see people that paint. Look at my friend's work here, Tioni. Look at that.
W Tioni in the chat, man.
Beautiful. I don't have my work in my house.
W Tioni in the chat.
I don't put my work up in my house. I don't, because my work is the kidding joke. That's the whole point. The point is that you spent 40 grand on my piece. Yeah. And I want to support actual artists. Hate me for it. I don't mind. I don't mind if you, I hate that he's selling and I'm working so hard. I'm doing that so that in the future, one day, you guys get to be the institution, not these people in high places. They're in high places because they want to control you. They want to control your market. They wanna everything that they're doing, all these.
That's crazy how this shit works.
And look, I'm not insulting any of them.
It's like it's not even.
I'm super grateful to them.
It's not even your art at this point, bro.
So to give me the money so that I could start.
I like this shit,
I have a cafe where we do art clubs, where people come and like the whole thing about art for me, I think, is confidence. That's where it lies in it. Some artists, they don't have the confidence and they're going to these galleries like, hey, look at my work, and these galleries are going, and then they find someone's son or someone's daughter who happens to start painting, and then now suddenly, check the Google, bro. Check Google. Trust me, all these artists that are doing super duper well, go check their backgrounds. Check their dad's LinkedIn's. You know what's going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of nepotism, a lot of kids who come from Trustafarian backgrounds who make it. It's a lot of in-house manipulation, and I think you know that. And I think it's important to call it for what it is. because it is manipulated intensely. And I think a lot of times is what you're saying is that there's not a lot of people who are really gifted and great who are going to the top. You know, I mean, I've been doing this shit for a long fucking time. And I've seen a lot of people fall by the wayside who just couldn't make a career out of it. So I think what you're doing, and you know, this is going against the grain of people who you know have kind of skin in the game for their position on this, because they don't feel like anybody should just be able to get into the game who doesn't know how to draw. And I think that's, you know, I think what you're doing is as real, if not realer, than the ready-made by Duchamp. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you're kind of taking it to that level. I'm just being honest. So, like, what do you think of, like, other artists out there? Because I know you love Cause, but I also know that there's, like, you know...
Yeah, so
there's a lot of people talking shit between you and Cause, so what's the deal with that?
Oh, yeah, here it comes, shit. The Cause.
I'm a real person, yeah.
I might end the first video here. Hope you guys enjoyed episode 1. Obviously, we're gonna go more in depth on everything I just talked about when it comes to paint buckets and how, you know, we are who we are as a result of the people we surround ourselves with and the experiences we have experienced. And right now, I'm sort of just happy to like get the first episode of, you know, I Am Art and So Are We Are, episode 1. And great artist steal, man. If you like the video, if you got to this point, just like, comment, share, subscribe, you know, just the usual things. Like, it really helps the channel out here. But if you don't want to, it's alright. Just come back for episode 2 because we're not done. But anyways, I'm gonna catch y'all, and yeah, peace.
I'm hearing words around. He's going to tell him guy they like it. Alright,
so this is episode 2 of I Am Art and So Are We. This is a whole new type of series that I'm doing, and in this series I'll be explaining, you know, how we are the people we are because of the people we surround ourselves with. How, if it were not for the things I have seen, the stuff I've experienced, the people I've been around, we would not be who we are today. And a recurring topic that will be occurring is a thing of paint buckets. And what that basically means is that people are like paint buckets. I am my own paint bucket and you are your own paint bucket. And so are the people around you. So what that means is that the people around you sort of pour their paint inside your paint bucket in order so your paint is made up of the paint from other people's bucket. And what that means is that you are made up from the people around you, which make your color, your paint color, which is you as a person. Sure, me and you might be red in color, but then we will never be the same type of red. We'll never be the same shade of red because I have different colors pouring into my thing. And what that means by me and you are red is that me and you might think the same. Me and you might have the same goals. Me and you might go about things the same. But then we will never be the same because we have not experienced the same thing as one another. If you get what I'm trying to say. So bear in mind for this whole paint bucket thing. If you don't get it right now, just tune in for the next episodes because I will be going through this like until the end, and until we just sort of, you know, I Am Art and So Are We, episode 2. Let's fucking go. I should start cussing, bro. Why do I keep cussing? My bad. But like, yeah, hold on. Let me get into some of the video. This video is sort of going to be part 2 of Great Artist Steal. I'm not sure what I will name the title, but you know how it usually goes. You know, when I make a video, bro, I could literally come up with 500 different titles because of the things I be speaking about. I speak about a lot of things when I make videos, but then this is gonna be about the Cause and Slawn controversy. So I'm gonna give a little summary. I'm gonna give a little rundown. So basically what happened is that Slawn stole this nigga shit. Cause got mad, but then Cause is being a hypocrite because he does the exact same thing. He steals shit. And then what I like about Slawn is that he is a sort of authentic type of artist, because when in the art game, it's sort of like being an artist who makes music. When you make music, you're sort of signed to a label, and the industry controls what you put out and what you put in. So in itself, it's like you're not really making your music if you're being controlled by what other people say. You're just sort of a puppet doing what the other people, want you to do. Hold on, let me just check if this thing's rolling. All right, we're rolling. You're just doing what other people want you to do, which is sort of demanding. But then the point I'm trying to get at is that let me just continue what I'm saying. So basically, the art industry is like how artists are sort of signed to labels. This nigga Slawn is authentic as shit. He is not signed to no label at all. He does not give a single smack about what he's signed to or who he's signed to. But then the thing about Cause is that he started off like Slawn. He started off posting these things and selling like all type of shit until he sort of, I don't know if he signed to a label, but then basically the equivalent of signing to a label in the art industry is like sort of submitting your shit to art galleries. So how an art gallery works is that you as an artist, you will submit your painting to the art gallery. The art gallery will find people and sell your shit. But the thing with the art gallery is that art gallery will take a certain percentage of the money that you make by selling that shit. So it's almost like a scam. Why would I give you my hard work, like the art I worked hard on, the shit that I see as a part of me and the people I surround myself with, the other paint buckets that poured into me to paint that whole canvas that I made, my whole lineage, what makes me on my people. Why would I sell that and give you 50% on that? And that's the sort of predicament that Cause is in right now. So in it, I see, a theme of authentic and inauthentic. That's another thing. Authentic and inauthentic. That's a theme that I see a lot. But then, with further ado, let's get into the video. You guys sort of understand what's going on.
He's like, yo, don't fuck with this guy, this and that. I love him. I love Brian so much. And that's why the whole piece was foreshadowing, because I knew he was going to treat me like that. That's why
So when he talks about the piece where he sort of copy what he done. If you guys want to see what the piece looks like, you can go on Slawn's Instagram. It's like literally his second post from this day. It's like his second post. There's one post of a Rolex that he's doing like a whole thing, like a whole give out. I want to enter in that shit so bad. I'm trying to give me a Rolex. But then it's next to Rolex, and then it's like the Cause pieces. It's the shit that looks like Mickey Mouse, the big ass statues. Right, that's the piece he made. So he basically literally parodied, I don't know, I think that's the word, basically copied that nigga's whole flow and made it into his. It's almost like the Virgil Abloh 3% rule. If you guys are into the whole creative space and the whole clothing brands and all that type of shit, you guys will probably have heard of the 3% rule. So basically what the 3% rule is that you take a piece of clothing or just a piece of clothing that you find interesting, or something that you like, or something that's sort of popping in the moment, if you're a cloud chaser like that. So you take that piece and then you change it by 3% and then you call it your own. That's why this theme of great artist steals is sort of gonna be a prevalent one in this sort of journey of I am art because we are. And that's basically what Slawn did.
Piece had the knife in the hand. I hadn't stabbed him in the back yet, but I knew that hug was either gonna be a hug and him embrace me, or him not. And I knew he wasn't gonna embrace me. I had all that shit happen. Futura followed me, they all started. But guess what?
Hold on, let me fix my shit. Y'all don't know it's hard out here in these streets, man. Gotta use the phone cam. Not the phone cam, the phone.
I'm the worst person. They pick they think I'm one of these little artists that's I'm so scared. No one's gonna like me. No one already likes me, bro. I don't give a
See, that's one thing I love about Slawn. It's very important to sort of not take what people say about you as face value. One of the reasons why Slawn is who he is today and like why he's so important is that he's been through so much shit in his life to the point where it's like if you say some some dumb shit about him, he's not gonna take it to heart because he's already been through enough, and I feel like that's an important quality to have, especially when it comes to the art industry, because not everybody's gonna enjoy your art, and that's not a bad thing. But the time when it becomes bad is that when you sort of start to take offense to like how people view your art and how people think about your art, and that's, I wouldn't say that's what happened to me. I'll say I find myself in situations like that, and because I'm thinking too insecurely and constantly of what people think about me, it leads me to like stop pursuing my passions and the shit I like doing because some niggas said I'm not good enough, and if you have that type of mindset, like Slawn said, I'm the quickest one to say fuck you, like straight. I shouldn't be cussing, but then I just had to get that out of my system. I'm the quickest one to say F you. So if you have that type of mentality where it's like, screw you, I'm going to do what I want and I'm going to do it the way I want. If you change your mindset, if you change how you think, not what you think, how you think. If you change what you think, then that means you change your passions. That means you change what you want to do. You shouldn't change what you want to do. You should change how you're going to do it. You should understand that what needs to be done needs to be done. If you have a passion, pursue it. You don't need to be out here going to flipping college. You don't need to be out here in the system. If you go to college, you get a job, you're gonna be like everybody else. If you like me, you don't want to be like everybody else. Do some shit you're passionate about. Make art, make stuff, make something, do something with your life. Anyways, bro, I'm getting worked up. Let's hop on the thing.
Bro, I'm coming to Bowser in Miami. Like, any one of them could come talk to me in person.
But they won't.
I love Futura. Futura was an elder statesman of
Fuck Future. I don't like Future like that, bro. That guy's just a toxic rapper, bro. Oh my goodness, nigga, unfollow Slawn. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's amazing. I love him. And I want everybody to understand that everybody has a place. Everybody has a place in art history. And I really Futura unfollowed him. That's someone saying Future unfollowed you. Not Future.
Oh,
Future
my bad.
I don't know.
My bad. Sorry, Future.
Yeah, amazing artist. Amazing.
One of the best.
Yeah, one of the best contemporary artists ever.
No.
Quite honestly, he was working at my
Let me know. That's his best song. Let me know. You know the way I do. You know the way I do.
Yeah, he's a legend. I mean, like him, Tracy 168, Don D, Zephyr. These are all kids from my neighborhood. They were the elder statesmen. I look at Futura and I just go, wow, I can't even believe.
I'm guessing Futura is an artist.
He was in my neighborhood.
I'm still not tapped in the art game, I'm still getting my knowledge up.
But I think that there's room for everybody.
That's like one thing you guys should also do if you're getting passionate into something. I can give certain examples. Like right now, I'm sort of getting passionate into like the art scene. I've been making art ever since I was a kid, but right now I'm sort of tapping into like the different art scene and sort of how to market myself and sell my shit to other people. And I feel like when it comes to certain stuff like that, you need to have ball knowledge. You need to know like certain history and how certain things work. So once you get in the industry or like the certain type of passion you're trying to pursue, you're not like, oh, like damn, like you're not surprised at the certain things that happen, but so yeah.
If you're adding credibility to the game, real credibility.
Yeah. And that's why I said I'm not an artist, because I have friends, people who
again, like I was saying, he has paint buckets. He's not doing this shit just for himself. He's doing this shit for the paint buckets behind him. He's doing this shit for the people that made him the color he is today. Just deep that for a second. He's doing this shit because of the people he surrounds himself with. That's why it's important to surround yourself with important primary colors. If you want to surround yourself with bright different colors around you, with people with bright mindsets, that's so they can pour inside your bucket, it will sort of uplift you. You will become bright too. But if you want to sort of surround yourself with people with dull colors, depressed people that have nothing going on with their lives, what's that shit gonna do to you? It's sort of gonna make your color dull. That's why I'm saying this whole thing of the paint bucket comes in. It's just gonna be a whole recurring type of theme that I'm gonna be saying every single damn video. I'm gonna say this until you guys get this thing. I am art, and so are we. Episode 2, nigga, come on. But what happened to my audio?
Oh, God, you went out, man. I can't hear you.
Yeah, okay, I thought I was tweaking.
The next work.
Okay.
I'm looking at like Rachel Jones's work. I'm like, I knew nothing about art. I'm just learning now.
I'm just learning too.
I am just learning now, and I'm a student of the game.
Let me check, but I had too much PTSD on my shit not working, bro. Too much PTSD, nigga.
I don't mind learning. That's why I messaged calls like, hey, bro, like, can you give me some pointers? And this is what happens to me all the time. I go around like, hey, can I get some pointers? And they kind of slap me off, like, yo, fuck off. Like, we don't wanna.
Oh my goodness, bro. This is so real, because I feel like a lot of people have like a sort of, I don't want to say like crab in the bucket type mentality. A lot of people they're greedy. They want to hold the success for themselves. That's why when people ask me for help, I literally go overboard in trying to give them help, because I sort of want to be the person that I wanted to have. And I see this a lot, like in the skate park. I'm somebody who skates. When I started skating, I looked like a dummy. But that's the thing about me. I don't care about looking dumb, because I know there's no cool way of doing the shit you like. There's no cool way of chasing your dreams, And what I realize is that when you go out to people that actually know how to skate and ask them for tips, bro, they're sort of clueless. They never give you a complete answer. They just say that, just go do that shit. And I get it. Sometimes you sort of need to go find out for yourself. But the thing is, bro, sometimes it would be nice to just sort of give niggas a point, just sort of give niggas direction. I feel like as a community, that'll sort of just help us grow. I'm tired of this shit of like people just being nonchalant. I'm tired of people just sort of keeping all the goodness for themselves. I'm a dude that wants to build community around the people I love. Especially with this skate scene in South Africa. There's not that many skaters in South Africa. If a dude that looks trash skating came up to me, asked me for tips, I'm going to give him tips. I'm going to invite him to skate session at the skate park. I'll skate with you, bro. I'll skate with you, because at the end of the day, it's bigger than me. It's bigger than my success. It's at the end of the day, it's us. It's the community, bro. There's every single nigga, do you know how hard it is to find a skater in South Africa? I'm going to skate competition like in 2 weeks from now, but I'm mad excited. But anyways, yeah, you know how hard it is to find a skater in South Africa, bro. That's why at the end of the day, you guys gotta realize it's bigger than you. You don't need to keep all the success, because at the end of the day, people will forget you, and you will never be the trending topic. There's always gonna be a new person. McQueen is always gonna fade. It's like McQueen is fading type meme. If you've ever seen that, if you ever watched Cars, I think like number 3. It's bigger than you. You guys need to realize that at the end of the day, we're all a community. And the art scene isn't even that big, bro. You just need to build that shit.
I don't want to speak to you or hear you out. And I'm like, if you don't want to hear me out, I'm going to make sure you hear me out. One way or the other. One way or the other. Because it's not fair. There's so many kids out there that look up to people, and then you meet them and they have this ego thing.
They never meet your idols.
Like the biggest artists in the world, like, look, I'm not gonna say, like,
I'm gonna say this now, and I'm gonna swear to my life. Once I get famous, once this YouTube shit pops off, I will never change. I will be the same. I will try and help as many people that sort of have the same passions and interests as me. I will try and build the community that I want for myself. I will find many paint buckets. I will pour my paint into your bucket. No diddy. We will be a community with the same color, same bright colors everywhere, same bright mindset, same way of thinking, same passion, same goals. We're all going to do that together. Because at the end of the day, shared success is what's going to be the pinnacle of happiness. You know, there's like this thing, like there's this phenomenon called the ego of death. So basically, there was this one golfer. He had literally won like a world championship, Champions League type trophy. He beat every single good person. But when he got the trophy, he didn't look excited one bit because he's won that shit so many times. He was only thinking about celebrating with his family, you know. And at the end, and that, you know, I think it's actually worse when you are able to win so many things, but then you are not able to celebrate with people, because you will win that shit in the moment, but you won't celebrate it. Success tastes better once it's celebrated by people. Once everybody feels like they did that shit, once everybody can be like, yeah, that shit makes you feel good. You know, obviously, you know, you can't be, let's say you win a competition, or you score a goal, you score an and one, nobody celebrates with you. What type of team is that? What type of community is that? I don't even want to celebrate if nobody's going to come up to the line with me. Nobody's going to come up to the corner flag with me. I don't even want to score the goal. Because what type of community, what type of team are you to not have my back? You know, I think it looks 10 times dangerous when you're celebrating as a team than doing your little gritty on the side of the shit. You know what I'm saying? Community is everything, bro. We are paint buckets. I am art and so are we.
They hate
I'm gonna push this until, bro.
Everyone hates him, and then you think to it, why is he so rich?
Yeah, well, the thing about Alex Monopoly, and I know his brother, and he's a very good businessman. He's a shrewd businessman.
My brother hooked me up with this little Naruto curse.
Never going to
if y'all
be
niggas notice, has 9 tails.
I don't think
Naruto.
he has any inclination to be a blue chip artist. He doesn't give a shit about that world because he's able to circumvent the world and go right for the cash. He's going right for the cash, and that's his game. And I don't think there's anything. I'm not knocking the hustle, bro.
That's what I'm saying. It's not. Everything is an art form. Every single thing is an art form. I've got friends that deal drugs, and the way they deal drugs.
Let me just stop the recording for now.